Today we are tasting a bottle from the Priorat region in northern Spain. It's from Martinet, and it's called Cami Pesseroles, and it's from 2009. It's a mix of Carignan, about 60%, and the rest is Grenache. Now, Priorat is a very interesting place, at least to me, the Sol area. It's a place I didn't know anything about probably a year ago. And we were at a restaurant then in Los Angeles, and it was a birthday, and so I felt like trying a nice bottle of wine. And on the list, they had a Clos Mogador that I had really heard a lot of, and that's going to be for another tasting. And it was a reasonable price for a restaurant, so I figured let's try it. And I really just loved the bottle. I started learning more about the area and the whole story about the area and how steep those hills are and how low the yields are and how much handwork goes into the vinification of the wines and how it's still a little bit under the radar. All that stuff was very appealing to me. So I started drinking a lot more Priorat and buying more and trying to learn more about it over the last year. And now, I have quite a mix. And also the one thing I started doing is trying to look for older wines that could have right away. And this is how I got a lot of this 2009 Priorat at auction, which is another really good way to find things that are maybe not on the shelves anymore, or maybe they weren't particularly, and not particularly popular right now, or they're older and therefore, maybe you have to go a little bit out of your way to find them, which is great because then you can drink them more easily. And Priorat is primarily really Carignan and Grenache. There's some Cabernet in Clos Mogador, for instance, and some other grapes, but those two are the predominant grapes in that area. Okay, let's pour and see what we have here. The color is not very dark, and I think it's got to do with the age of the wine, I would think. When I first opened it, I tried to just snip the bottle a little bit. I got nothing, like zero. So maybe it needs a little bit of time and a little bit of air. Right now, I'm getting much more of the, actually, Grenache than the Carignan, but maybe they're close enough that doesn't matter. And you automatically get a little bit of that licorice that you got in the south of France, and in northern Spain. And just a lot of red and dark red fruits. It's 14% alcohol, 15% alcohol, but I mean, right now, of course, we haven't tasted it. I don't know if I'm going to see that as much because of the age, but it does open up really beautifully. A little bit of menthol, this sort of light, penetrating alcohol. I'm just going to stir it a little bit, see if anything else comes out. A little bit of flowers, but not disturbingly sweet. I don't know how to describe it, but it's really opening up beautifully. It's funny how when I first opened it 10 minutes ago, there was nothing in the bottle. Let's taste it. Very nice finish. The finish is more alcoholic, which is great because it kind of stays there and it tickles your tongue a little bit. The fruit is not overwhelming, so it's not like something you say, oh, this is too sweet. It's got that it's a little bit settled. So it's not aggressive. It's not still very vibrant, still vigorous. And it has this kind of quality that I don't think you get in other areas. This sort of the combination of the Carignan and the Grenache, and that deep, gravely soil and the sort of the intensity of the vines comes together in a very harmonious way, and the age really helps quite a bit. This just I think was a terrific buy. I'm glad I'm trying the first one, and I'm gonna keep the others for a while. Cheers.